course designer for tonight's test, and 45 riders going in the first round of what is going to no doubt be an exciting night as well. You can see a few dark clouds overhead. Hopefully, we've had just a tiny touch of rain, little splash at one point. Hopefully that is now disappearing across to the sea, over to the Atlantic to disappear into the distance. And here in the hot seat alongside me, Steve Wild, is Olympian, Rolex Grand Prix winner, WEF Grand Prix winner, Ashley Bond. Ashley, very good evening.
Very good evening to you.
Are you looking forward to this?
I am, very much.
We've been enjoying a little bit of ABBA.
Yes.
Fab. Yeah, we've
that was fun.
We've done a little bit of dancing along there, but now we are settled in our seats and ready for tonight. We're going to take a look at the course as well that Kenny Cromer has set for tonight's Horseware Island Grand Prix as well. 4-star, $215,000 in the prize fund. Fidelity Investments bringing us a course animation this time as well. Each week they bring it to us. Thank you very much for that. We're going to swing down under the bridge and take a look at this as well. Ashley, you had a good walk around here. Let's have a little look here. We're going to start over the brain juice fence. 1 to 2, plenty of space here.
Yeah, you can make up some time there. It's most likely a 9, but maybe see 8. And then 2 to 3 is a nice 6.
Move back here to the triple bar, 1 meter 90 spread here. Again, he's given you room into this Horseware Island double at 5.
Yeah, I think, again, it depends on your horse, but most people will probably just ride that off your eye, but 9-ish is what I'm thinking, and then the 1, and then there's a very steady 5 to a quite tall vertical with the Liverpool on the backside, which I think will be tricky and trappy.
This is where it gets interesting. 7 down to the triple combination. 5 strides?
Yeah, I think 5, yes, for sure. Leg into hand, because you don't want to be flying into an ox or vertical, 1 to a 1. That's going to ride very careful.
Then this turn back here, you're coming back to a skinny, full up 1 meter 60, and a turn here to a plank as well at 1 meter 60. And as you were saying, the line to this is interesting because it's very square coming up there.
Yeah, and I think it's also some place that people are probably going to think like they need to make up time. But I would advise making up time through the whole course, not just waiting till the end, because that's probably when they'll have that rail. They're very delicate 2 verticals there before a little open 6 to a open inside 7. Maybe you'll see some people do 8 in that last line.
We will see. And thank you to Fidelity Investments once again, bringing us our course animation this week. And it is, as I say, 45 combinations coming up tonight as well. We're going to be starting off with Laura Kraut under the lights. We've got another very good lineup coming from our qualifier. Reverse order of the qualifier sees Shane Sweetenham, Christian Kukuk, Mario Delorier, Jacob Pope and Elise O'Connell Crooks as our final 5 here tonight as well. So lights are on and ready to go into our night here, and just moments away from our starting combination. Taking a look down, Laura Kraut, as I say, will be our first. Gabriel Machado, Ibrahim Barazzi, Zoe Conter, Paris Sellon will be our opening 5 in there. Some strong combinations in there too. Cian O'Connor with Canberra Blue, down Marky Bluman. Costa Quick PS, he's been on flying form recently, looking forward to seeing that. Tom Watchman will take us into the break there with Genghis Khan. Quentin Judge, H.H. Griffin, McLain Ward is in the field with Lestro, which is a horse that's going to be the second Grand Prix appearance with that horse for him as well, which is going to be great to see. Well, number 7, Nina Malave, Destined to Be. Also will go just before Jessica Springsteen and Cayman de Portozed tonight. And Darragh Kenny, last week's 5-star Grand Prix winner, returns this time with Collarbell Hero Z as well. So those are just a few featuring here tonight. Darkness is starting to descend up above. Lights are on, and in the spotlight is going to be our anthem singer as well, as we get ready for tonight's Horseware Island Grand Prix, and just a few moments away from what is going to be another very good showdown. Week 10 of competition here at the Winter Equestrian Festival as well, and we're just a couple of weeks away from the big finale too of the Rolex US Equestrian Open Grand Prix, the $1 Million Grand Prix that will be on to the night 2 weeks from now as well to conclude the season. So we are in top speed towards the final 3 weeks of competition from Southern Florida once again. So coming into our third from last Grand Prix night. We've got plenty of Grand Prix winners this season, and they've all been introduced by our wonderful anthem singers. And so we're going to hand over another two tonight to take us in with the singing of the national anthem, of course, for the United States of America.
United You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, thank you to Heather Duran there, taking us in with tonight's national anthem as well. Wonderful to see. And it is all set for our first to come under the bridge tonight. And like I say, delighted to say alongside me is Ashley Bond, former winner of the Rolex Grand Prix, on that illustrious list. And it is just a couple of weeks away from that as well. You're on the Walk of Fame here as we walk into the building.
I am. That's cool.
That's cool. It's really cool. It's really cool. For you though, it's on the spectator entrance, so you don't see it every morning, but it's up there. But you've seen it, which is great. Wonderful lineup. So let's take a look at the lineup of those competing here tonight as well. And like I say, we'll be starting off with Laura Kraut and M&auml Reposa, Gabriel Machado, Ibrahim Barazzi, Zoe Conter, and Paris Sellon will be our early combinations to go here. So we're going to get a very good indicator, I would think, from our first with Laura Kraut, and to the Hall of Fame inductee, part of the show jumping Hall of Fame here in the United States of America, Laura and M&auml Reposa. This fantastic mare, really interested to see this 10-year-old by United Touch. Now that name sounds familiar.
Very.
Richie Vogel's top horse.
Yes.
And really we're watching the young horse finals earlier on this week. Interested to see those United Touches now coming of age. Laura Kraut is always an evergreen talent here, the Olympic medalist. So, Ashley, let's take a little tour around with one of the best, which is probably, hopefully, a good way to start. We're going to have a little look. Brain Juice Fence to start with.
I think so. She won't have time faults. She's always quick. She always gives such a positive ride. This horse, I don't know how much experience it has, but doesn't matter when you have Laura in the reins.
Bit of energy to come over the triple bar. So 74 seconds time allowed, by the way, for the well, number 11.
Yeah, I think that was smart. She regrouped after a little bit of a, the horse got a little stuck in that corner. So I thought that was really smart.
For us to take a tour down the triple combination here.
6 to the triple. I thought she did that really well. The mare's starting to look a little more comfortable.
Yeah. And this is going to be one I think will play a part. The little skinny that she had as well. 1m60, like I say, full up to height skinny there.
Yeah.
And this was the plank you were talking about. You just got to get absolutely straight to that.
Which she did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, She did that beautifully.
Very nicely done. Time should be just enough as well. 73.67. Time allowed of 74. As they say, that's how to do it. Laura Kraut, Una Mariposa, on fine form, Ashley.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. What were the key bits? Where did she get smart?
I think it was beautifully done. I mean, 1, 2, 3 was really smooth. She kind of got stuck. The mare got stuck in the corner, maybe got a little green on her. Laura had to really dig deep. And then she did what she does best, and she just felt where her horse was at in that moment and waited and didn't rush and worry about the time allowed. So she jumped the next combination. She regrouped through that line, rode the turn, and then just kind of carried on. And the mare, I thought, just got better and better as the course went.
Excellent. Well, probably slightly deceptive as well around the course. We've got a really good combination going there.
Yeah.
Didn't have such a good run in the qualifier, but Laura Kraut starting us off, which is great. Gabriel Machado now, the Bay Windsor Equestrians Niles, the gelding by Iamhover's Star for Gabriel, the regular here at Wellington as well.
Yeah, this horse is a really big strided horse. It can get a bit strong on him, so it usually starts quite nice, and then as the course goes, it seems like he can kind of get the rideability gets a little bit difficult. So it'll be interesting to see how he does.
He's just got to find the sort of balance of energy.
Yeah, and so far it's looking really good. That 5, normally I would think that would be a bit of a struggle for him. He did that very well. The horse listened really nicely. Again, that 6 so far is working out really well and setting up very nice for that double vertical, I think.
Did you have any other thoughts walking down there? I've got 6 down there, but was there any other thought coming into it?
Into the triple?
Yeah.
It just depends on your stride. I thought that it was something that, you know, being oxer to oxer, you could kind of ride that oxer into the 6 a little bit stronger if you needed to. That way you're slowing down.
Yeah.
For this horse, obviously, it's got a big stride, so he just jumped in easy and held. But again, that was textbook, beautiful round. That's the best I've seen him go, actually.
Yeah, absolutely one of their best rounds so far, but it is just going to be one for time.
Time fault.
Yeah, 74.93. It was interesting because Laura was just on the edge of that at 73.67. Gabriel just over 74.93. Like you say, he was really just finding a nice balance with the horse, as you say, between when they can get a little bit overexcited.
Yeah, you know, I think this course actually really suited him because he wasn't able to let the horse out of the box ever. So I think that suited the horse and the rideability, and maybe that's what caught up with him in the time because, you know, this horse's stride so big he kind of had to stay a bit too slow.
Yeah.
So unfortunately a time fault, but I thought it looked really, really, really nice.
Ibrahim Barazzi now of Jordan and Kristen Holloway's Joie de Vigo RT. New ride for him as well. A stallion by Vigo Del Sway, the rider who's been a regular through the circuit here and has been a former ride of Sofia Westborg of Sweden. It's going to be an interesting lineup of horses tonight, Ashley, because we've got some experienced ones, some less experienced ones, some riders making some of their early first appearances into the big Saturday nights this year, and those that have been now going at it for 8-9 weeks. Yeah,
no, I agree. It's an exciting class. It seems like the course designer built really well for a mixed class of horses. Yeah. It's definitely big enough. The time allowed is tight, which I appreciate. I think that's important.
You're a good speedy rider.
Yeah, but I think if the time allows too loose, then it allows, you to kind of be a little bit slow, I think, around the track. And in Wellington, it's the best. So you need that pressure.
You want the pressure. And like you say, if you're going to go away from here and compete on bigger stages, you want that pressure. You want that match fitness.
Yeah. I think you can kind of see where the team, their partnership is still new.
Yeah.
Just a little miscommunication in those two places. But overall, I actually think they're going to be a very good team together. Yeah. The horse is lovely. He rides it very well.
Again, I think he's probably going to be over the time, but he's not going to be worried about that really today.
No, but there's that angle I was talking about, and with maybe the lack of experience together, the horse just kind of didn't really see that so well coming out of that angle.
12 jumping 2 for time, 75.87 for Ibrahim Barazzi and Joy de Vigo, and so total of 14 overall. Like I say, new combination coming in here as they bowl on down to the water there, drops the rail there. But as you say, there's a lot of good stuff to take out of that for a first-time performance, really, at this level under the lights.
Yeah, I think he just chased a little bit out of this turn to number 7, and the horse just, you know, looked down at the water.
Yeah.
And then maybe in that 5, he needed to just balance a little bit stronger and get that back before then the next turn. But overall, I thought it was a nice round.
Zoe Conter now of Belgium. She's been a regular Nations Cup rider for as well, with including this horse, La Una, was the mare by Chaco Blue, been a regular partner for Zoe as well. Finished second in a 4-star Grand Prix up in Ocala last month as well. So should set them up nicely for tonight, with sparkles all going in the hat as well. Love a bit of glitz.
I like it. Little bling.
Little bling.
Little frosting. No, I love this horse, and they're such a good team, and you can really see that as she just looks very confident out there.
But it's so much, isn't it, when you have a horse, and you would be able to talk about the certain horses you've had, that it becomes, you know, just cuts down on that, like getting an old pair of slippers on and going, I feel comfortable here.
Yeah, no, I think that's where maybe that rail happened. She just kind of rode the turn as if it was just a normal jump and maybe took it a hair for granted, and the mare just kind of got a little surprised, shifted a little left there. But it happens. The mare to me is now, after making those 2 small mistakes, I feel like she's kind of kicked it into a different gear. Whereas sometimes with these older horses, it's like you kind of need to wake them up in the beginning and be like, okay, this is important.
Here we go.
Here we go, you know.
As you say, looking really tidy through the last few. Might just squeak inside the time allowed as well. 73.35, so just inside there on 8 for Zoe Conter and La Una. So 1 clear so far, coming from Laura Kraut and Una Mariposa at this point. As you say, early part, here's another look back at this one.
Yeah, I think she just kind of cut it and just kept going left. You know,
going in the curve.
She needed to maybe ride the turn a little stronger and then stay straight. And then you never know if that is the reason this happened, because the mare maybe got a little distracted. But that is a trappy. That's one of the traps on the course.
You've got to keep it together.
Yeah, you do.
That's for you to sort out. Yeah,
exactly.
Paris Sellon and Chad Blue PS by Chaco Blue is the stallion for Paris here. Another new ride for her, former ride with Alexis Stace of Cyprus, and in fact through to the European Championships last year. So looking forward to seeing Paris again. I think her first time under the lights this year as well, here on a Saturday night.
Yeah, we grew up in California riding together. Actually saw her flatting this horse in quarantine a little while back, and it looked absolutely lovely. I like how she stayed patient. She didn't really find the exact one she seemed to want there, but I think she trusted the horse and kept the power and was able to make that work.
Paris, who's lots of experience through big 5 stars as well through her career, has been a real sort of now into a new set of horses.
That was lovely. I thought she did a really good job there. She seems to, even though they don't have a lot of experience together, she seems to know the horse well enough, and the partnership seems to be already there. I like how she did that. She actually angled it, but then the last 2 strides, she kind of let him swing out and get straight to the plank. I thought that was really smart.
Just going to be close on the time, just going to be a fraction over, in fact 2 seconds over that. So just on the 2 there, 75.75 for Sellon, so just puts her on the 2. But overall, you'd be very delighted with that.
Very. That's, I think, extremely promising for the future. I mean, this is their first Saturday night together. She just got this horse out of quarantine maybe a month ago, so I think they have a really exciting future ahead for them. And she rode great.
Yeah.
It's good to see her here.
Looking very good, training with Jess Curtin, and really good round from Sellon, but just on the 2 times. So Laura Kraut with the sole clear at this point. Stella Wasserman now. Stella with the Cornetto Belensky side. Precious Duisa Hagen is the Belgian-bred mare up next. Jumping through 2-star Grand Prix in January, jumped into 2 of the 5 stars now with this horse as well. Has been training with McLain Ward. Again, is making move up as one of the younger riders in the field here this evening, but she's been getting used to being under the lights here on a Saturday night, and again, that is the good thing, isn't it, in terms of repetition. You can keep doing this.
No, for sure. I think she's getting loads of experience, which you can do if you have enough horses to be in the ring, you know, every week and do these night classes, and she's actually had a lot of success so far. I love the types of horses that they've picked for her. The hot, bloody ones, the types that I like, that seems to really suit her. She's very, very quick. She's accurate, you know, and she kind of just leans against them and lets them be who they are. So let's see how it goes. So far, so good.
Go through here now. Again, gets set up for the water.
Thought that was very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really balanced the mare, and the mare, obviously, she's a little bit fussy in the face, but Stella seems to just lean against her and not try to interfere with how she likes to go. Beautiful. You can hear McLain saying ride.
It's going to be, it's always tight on time. He's saying go.
Yeah. It's hard to see from our monitor how fast they really are going, because it seems like she's going quick.
Yeah.
But maybe he's right.
She might just be all right. I think, just unfortunately took a shot at the last that didn't quite pan out. 73.10. She was going to be close on it. 4 there for Stella Wasserman. Precious Duisa Hagen. But yeah, very close.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
That's unfortunately where the clock in your head, you know, I think it just kind of caught up with her at the end, and where she probably wouldn't have made that mistake had she not been thinking of the time.
But that's also comes with experience, doesn't it? For someone like you, someone like McLain, that's been there into so many of those big classes.
Yeah.
We talk about having a clock in the head, but it became a long shot there in the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, the horse was lovely, and she, you know, she committed. So if you commit, you know, that's good. It's better than half commitment. But yeah, I think just with experience, she'll learn to make up that time from the first jump. So then she's not having to make it up in the last
Which is
line.
what you were saying a little earlier on. You don't want to be waiting for those pockets where you're going, I can make a bit of time here. It's like, no, you just got to keep on it all the way
through
around.
the whole, pick up the speed you want in the beginning and try to keep that and just make tight turns, you know.
Sergio Coxela now of Turkey with the Layla Stables, Cordis Totalis, and an early rail for them. Who's a regular winner here, but again, fewer appearances under the lights this season.
Yeah, the horse might just, you know, need a bit more experience under the lights. He looks a little bit like he's looking through the fence, which can happen. I mean, it happens to a lot of horses, and he just looks like he's staring out at the crowd a little bit. And
having a good look around.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, the rails he's having are not tragic. It's, you know, a good learning experience.
There we go, through the triple combination.
Yeah, I think he's giving him a nice ride. Nothing, like I said, nothing scary has happened. It's just kind of like making a little mistake here and there. I think he added one too many out of that turn. I think he was trying to maybe protect him a little too much.
But you say some of it, you just got to get out there and get the experience doing it. You'll go out next time or the next time after that. It'll keep coming on, getting better. As you say, just just rails.
Yeah.
In the end, 24 for jumping, 4 for time, 77.97 there for Sencer Can and Cordis Totales said. Reminder, 1 clear so far with Laura Kraut and Une Marche Pose as our sole clear in the very early stages. 7 gone of the total of 45 that we'll see in the Horseware Islands Grand Prix here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like having someone like Laura start off your class gives you a false sense of reality.
Which in the middle of what we were saying, you go, okay, well, we should be able to. But I mean, she was exactly as you said. She was on it with the time all the way around, and had that ability to be there and have that experience to be able to on that. So another with good experience now, not quite as much as Laura Kraut, is Natalie Dean, but good experience. She's been on top teams of the US. This is going to be Pedro van der Balibus for Natalie Dean of the USA, the gelding by Echo van Spieveld. And she's a combination already been jumping into Nations Cups last September as well, jumping into some of the bigger classes. They've jumped into the Nations Cup recently in Abu Dhabi. And they were just 4 faults there.
Awesome.
In the 4-star too, so jumped some good rounds in Abu Dhabi as well. So plenty to build on here for this pair. Natalie
is a lovely rider. She's, she's had a lot of success on a lot of different horses, and it'll be exciting to see how they do tonight. I've not seen this horse very much, but he looks absolutely like a blast to ride.
Exactly. And like I say, we won't have seen them that much. It's just been a nice, quiet setup over the last few months.
I thought he was super clever there at the Liverpool. She gave it a very good ride, but he was also helping as well. I always love to see that. Ooh, that was really cool to see how he reacted. The C got really tight for him, and he just turned himself inside out there to miss it. I think that light rub on the back of the Liverpool before the triple maybe got him even more sharp. Maybe rushed it a little bit out of the turn. That was too bad.
Yeah, they're going to make the time. It's on the 4:72.95 4 there for Natalie Dean and Pedro. Like I say, another developing combination, and jumped around for 4 faults in the Net Jets a few weeks ago. So their second big Saturday night appearance. 4 again here, but that's the way the step ladder goes.
Yeah, I thought she rode it really well. I think maybe knowing that. If you hindsight's 20/20, you could have taken it out a stride further and like half halted, but maybe she was also coming in on a little bit of the angle, and the horse was just on a roll. Yeah. And at the end of the course, the plank, the course designer knew what he was doing. He's suckering you in to just take out that plank.
It's for you to go and set up to it, as you said. You've got to get square to it. You've got to get in the right position. If you're off, it'll come down.
Yeah.
Ashley Vogel, 25-year-old here with Otis Blue for VoQuest. Gelded by Jaguar Van Permel, finished second in a 4-star Grand Prix up in Ocala last month as well.
Lovely horse, big, scopy jumper, super careful. I've seen him a lot. They've been together a long time. He'll play over these jumps. Be interested to see the time allowed, because he is a bigger, slower moving.
Yeah, it's a little more pedantic time.
Horse, yeah.
But as you say, we'll jump all day.
Yeah, no, he is really lovely, and they've had a lot of very good rounds together, and she trains with Shane Sweetnam, and obviously he knows what he's doing. I feel like that 6 into the triple's really setting it up nicely. Thought she set that up really well, but I have a feeling we might
We might be a bit close on time. I think we're going to be over the time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
No, I think we're just going to be a squeeze over 74.97 just on one time. She's got a big smile on her face as well. There with Otis Blue, Ashley Vogel just on one time. Another very good round from them. But you sort of called it from earlier on that she was just going to have to stay on it with this horse.
Yeah, you know, the course designer did a beautiful job. I like this type of course because everything is kind of connected. It's riding like an indoor more than an outdoor track, so you really have to just keep the revs up from the start to the finish. But on a horse like that, it does make it more difficult because he's just a bigger, slower moving type horse. So yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful round. I thought he jumped magnificently. She rode great.
Just going to be the one time there for them. Let's go to Zayna Rizvi now, and the exquisite group's Eskista Pashi, who had an amazing young rider career, the 20-year-old, from gold medals through young riders. Took a break last year after Devon. Unfortunately, she had a fall there, but it'd be nice to see her back in action this season. And really just for her to get, again, back in the ring and sometimes just get a little bit of rust off.
100%. I think that was a very cheap rail. The mare just kind of cut down a little bit there and resulted in a cheap rail. But you can see her from the start. She's had her, you know, revs up from the beginning. So I would guess that she wouldn't have time faults. You know, in the mare, I think the horse is jumping great.
Nicely through the triple combination, but as you say, then it all connects.
Yeah,
back
this whole
here
course
to
connects.
Here. It's,
yeah,
as you say, very smartly done.
Yeah, I think she did that. She did that almost perfectly. It was very close. Like, she rode the turn. She just needed to commit a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think out of that turn, but I think it was the right idea. Like you said, maybe just she's a little rusty, hasn't done this in a while, but I mean, you wouldn't really know it. And look at her time.
Yeah, 71.60, good for time. So it is 2 down on the 8 there for Zayna Rizvi, and it's squeezed to Parchi. And so still with a 1 clear with Laura Kraut, Une Mer Reposa. Early rail for them. As you say, wasn't much of one.
No, I thought the mare just maybe made a little mistake, and then I think Zayna just, her idea was right. She just needed to ride that turn a little bit harder, because then she rode it kind of hard-ish, and then it got a little gappy, but I thought it was the right idea.
Coming up to our next, Ashley Bond alongside me tonight, watching the action here for the Horseware Ireland Grand Prix, and one of those that represents them is Cian O'Connor of Ireland, Pat Crean's Canberra Blue, who's had a very mare by Cantelar, one of Ireland's most successful, if not the most successful Nations Cup rider for them. Certainly in recent times, rides in for the first there with Cian, finished well previously with this horse.
You can definitely see that he's thinking of the time, so he started to the first jump almost like it was a jump off. Made quite a tight turn to the triple bar, but he rode it perfectly. Oh, he pulled a bell boot, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
Or maybe a shoe.
Just trying to see, it might be a shoe actually.
Yeah, like left front. Doesn't seem to have phased the horse.
Still got enough dancing shoes left.
Yeah. But you can see, like, from the beginning, he's been on this rhythm, and he's just been riding his turns, and it's smooth.
Yes, but that is what's so good to watch a pro doing it. You go watch a Richie Vogel or a McLain, they'll start in that lovely moving pace and going somewhere. Unfortunately, she's going to have the plank down, but
yeah, I think that plank is. Yeah, he was definitely very good on time. I think that plank is honestly just a bogey. The horse is at the end of the course going away from the gate. They are not getting a good enough look at it. And I mean, even when everything's right, a plank, skinny plank is so hard to jump.
But as you say, that's for you to then go, okay, there's a very deliberate line to this. You've got to take it, and I've got to set myself for it.
And maybe, you know, with the rhythm he was on, at that point, maybe he should have sat him on his butt a little bit more just to get the balance back for that super careful plank. I mean, that's the only thing I could think.
And as you say, perfect hindsight.
Yes. Darn it.
We're brilliant.
I
We're
know,
brilliant
we're
the
so
second
good.
time. If
So
only we
good
got
the
mulligans.
second time.
If only we got mulligans. Adrienne Sternlicht now, and Los Angeles de la Sens by Los Angeles for Adrienne and Starlight Farms. Adrienne, Grand Prix winner last year in Ottawa, the World Championship team gold medalist from 2018, regular winner as well. This pair that finished also top 5 in a Grand Prix in Ocala into this month's already. So there's also something, just again trying to cut in there.
Yeah, it looked like she was going for the 8, and then off the ground, the horse just looked like it shifted just a hair. I've seen this horse actually when she first got it, and I've loved it. It's very, very talented, and I think it's a little special. It came into the ring. It was like looky and a little green for its age. Adrienne does a really nice job with those types. I think he just looked down at the Liverpool. Got a little, like he's maybe looking a little bit down at the Liverpool under the lights. It looks very different under the lights for some horses. I think they have a really exciting future, though. I mean, he is 11. It's still very young. He jumps this very easily. He's got great blood, great technique. They just need to work out the kinks a little bit.
Going to be a little bit of time as well. 16 jumping one time, 74.60 for Adrienne Sternlicht and Los Angeles de la Sens there. Get a little look at the water.
Yeah, I think he came back.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think he came back a little too well, actually. She thought he was going to take her more, and then he almost came to a standstill, and then it got long.
Yeah.
And then here, you know, I think he's so scopy and seems sensitive. So when she put her leg on, he just kind of looked down and went a little through it.
Tomas Yofre now, and the Stellium Sport horses. Kingston is the 10-year-old gelding by Ed Toulon for Tommy here, who's another who's had a regular lineup of horses. This is a new one for him into these big classes as well. And we've watched him compete plenty of times. I've seen him winning up in Traverse City and many more, but unfortunately he has the first fence down.
Yeah. I hate that. I feel like I'd much rather have the last one down.
They all count. It just feels more painful when it's at the start.
It is so painful. But at least, I mean, in this course, there's only one clear, 2 on a time fault, and 1 on 2. So technically, you could maybe have a piece of it as a fast 4 falter. Oh. Well, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen now. But that was what was getting interesting just into last week and others as well, because he was, you know, you could get a good 4 faults and he was still just getting into the money there too.
Yeah.
Former ride of Bertram Allen. That came out of Germany as well.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're making, you know, good work of the course. It's not like, I actually loved his roll back there to the vertical. I thought that was really well done. Again, the plank horse really respected that. I really think, I mean, it was a really nice round.
Yeah, it's the biggest Grand Prix they've jumped so far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, the first jump, okay, that's you know, unfortunate. And then I think out of the double, maybe he just needed to leg a little bit more. Maybe the horse just, you know, got a little surprised by the width. But then after that, I thought it was really, really nice.
And jumping one time, finishing on a total of 9 there for Tomas Yofre and Kingston. Of course, many remember him with Cadora as well. But now Kingston coming into the spotlight.
Yeah, actually, the horse rubbed A in front, and maybe that's what happened, because then it got quite careful at B, jumped a little too high and didn't think of the back rail, but okay, that's not a bad mistake.
Michael Duffy now of Ireland, and Michael with Cantano 32, gelding by Shizini, is the rider who's been a European silver medalist for Ireland, back to Milan. Rider with the HS Sport Fed with Helena Stormans. It's also owned with Courtney Hobson as well.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, interesting.
was unexpected,
Very
for sure.
unexpected. Okay,
I don't
now
know
quietly come back. I mean,
Ooh, no.
it's not keen today, unfortunately. It's an unusual one, and Michael's such a very good rider. It almost took him by surprise as well, unfortunately. So
yeah, that was definitely unfortunate. But again, it's show jumping. Anything can happen. We've all been there. Live to fight another day.
Gives the horse a pat, heads on out. We'll work on whatever that is. But so Laura Kraut is the sole clear at the moment, with M&auml Reposer of the 14 gone here. Takes another but no, was not going within strides of it, unfortunately.
No.
So just a reminder, we're 14 in, we've got 45 in total. We get actually last year's winner, Carlos Sancarero. Different ride this time. He was riding Potos Maestro last time around. This is the H5 Sport Fairs H5 Shack Attack. Is the 11-year-old gelding by Kornet Obolenski. The rider's been now a regular for the Mexican team as well. Not long out of the U25s. Was been top of the U25 rankings before that. Was pushed off to the top of there by Nina Malave, which is not a bad line, considering she was in the under-25s and was now world number 7.
Yes,
she's only just come out of that. 26 years of age now.
I love this horse's name.
Yes, I like the horse.
I've not seen him. I'm very excited to see him because I like cornets. They're very talented and can be a little quirky, but lots of character. But they all kind of have that similar look and technique. It's very quick in front. It's very round with how it jumps up in the air. Gives a lot of height on the jump. I really like it.
We start to see this horse a little bit more into the big Grand Prix here last year as well. The H5 team with Eduardo de Menezes. I think I just heard a whistle going across the ring. I mean, I was watching the first few fences going, he's being careful here, but it's a little bit steady.
It is, and unfortunately or fortunately, this horse is jumping very high over the jump, so then you really have to make up for the time, double time actually when they're doing that. So unfortunately, I feel like he's behind on the time, but the horse is jumping beautifully and he's riding great. Yeah.
It's not going to make the time, but it's still going to be a lovely round for them. Going to be not far off it. Takes a really good run at the last, but it's going to be 74.52, and again one time. And when we say one, I mean we're talking one stride. Around the whole place.
Pretty much. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like he was maybe enjoying his horse so much in the beginning. He was like, the horse was jumping so high and beautifully, and just kind of, a little bit under rhythm on top of that, and it was just a little too late, unfortunately, once the whistle was blown.
Yeah, so it is just going to be there for time there for Carlos Sancarero. Going into second at the moment of our lineup, H5 Shack Attack, Gabriel Machado on the one-time fault, Ashley Vogel on the one-time fault, Nicola Philippaerts down there having a good look around with the 10-year-old Gadget Mouche as well, the French-bred horse. Ashley Bond alongside me watching the action here. This is a really good winning horse. They won Grand Prix in Ocala recently. They won the Grand Prix, 3-star Grand Prix in Santa Anita last season. Only 9 then, obviously.
It's an amazing. That's a bummer.
Okay,
I was building
I
had
up
my
to
money
this,
on this one.
I've seen some really good rounds from Dover. Okay, put it behind them.
I was definitely going to say this one won't have time faults. He's usually one of the fastest in the first round. I actually don't even know if I've ever seen this horse up 2 down.
No. Not that I've watched every single round, but anyway, they're settling back in now.
It's a phenomenal horse. It's jumped so many clear rounds, and sometimes you can just have a little bit of an off day to start.
But this is the key as a professional, isn't it, really? I mean, you watch Nicola now, is that he's not thinking about that. That's gone. You're focusing on what you're doing. You don't go, had the 8. I would pretty well give up.
Yeah.
You know, you're fighting in there still for every strike. And let that swing.
That was a good rub on the plank. That usually you don't get away with that. But I agree. I mean, I think also this is a young horse. It's just coming 10. Obviously, if he was on an older horse, or if I was on
or something,
yeah,
I
would have had. You know, I would have pulled up if I had 2 down. But like on a horse that's young with experience, or needing the experience, I think that was a smart move, and the round was beautiful.
Another little look back at fence 2, which was one of their early rails.
Yeah, I don't think anything was really wrong there. Maybe he came in a little bit on an angle, but not enough. And then I think maybe the horse was just still distracted. You know, sometimes that can happen where one rolls into another, especially if the horse isn't used to having rails.
And as you say, you get out of that connected line and you scrub the sheet, and the rest of it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie Dinan now, Grand Road Partners of New York's Cordani PS, the Hanoveri mare by Belus de Reventon. And for this former rider of André Thiemer of Germany as well, jumped double clearing the 4-star Grand Prix here on week 3 as well. Didn't have the run they would have wanted in the 5-star the other day, but back in action, has been ridden by both her and trainer Beat Manley as well.
Yeah, I saw this horse jump in the last 2 big Grand Prix she did, and I really like it.
Yeah.
I think it suits her ride, and it just looks like a blast to ride. It's big, but it doesn't seem to ride big because Katie's not a big person.
Yeah.
But it's light and it's bloody, and it just looks really fun. See, I think she's really on it with her track. Ugh, that was too bad.
Yeah, she just ended up a little off that, and of course for the triple combination, she sensibly said,
"Yeah,
I'm not right for it."
No, that was she's a very good horsewoman. I really respect when the rider feels like, you know, this might not end well. Let's just make a circle and regroup. And I thought that was really smart on her part. And I agree, you know, out of the turn, I thought she rode it well. It just kind of showed up a little bit gappy, and her turn was too tight to make any big adjustment to fix it, unfortunately.
So time just starting to come into it as well, but
yeah.
Otherwise let's get to the end, but otherwise getting some good shots in the final few fences sets. It was again, just having a little fiddle towards the last.
Yeah.
Decided to pull.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think she just angled a little bit to the left, and that is a more inside 7. We have seen 6s when people are like really thinking about time, but I think she just kind of got in between the 7 and the 8 and was like, you know, why am I going to push this? Yeah, but that's okay. I think actually overall the round wasn't bad. This just didn't, you know, it didn't show up great. The mare kind of supermaned it. And then Katie was like, let's regroup. And then, again, I think just when she fell out to the left.
Yeah. And then came through the combination well, having taken the turn.
Yeah, no. It's going to get there. They're not far off.
Anna Dryden, Double Meadows, Knight van der Kwalkellenhoek is now for the stallion by Gilbert for Anna Dryden. 18th the lineup of 45 tonight. Another one who's new one this year into the Saturday Night Lights for 2026. I think this is her sole appearance so far.
Yeah, it's funny. That jump has come down a lot. I think it's not so big.
Yeah. And
it's very unassuming, and it's towards the gate. I think the horses are just kind of getting a little distracted.
I was just actually looking at the height of it. It is 157, the third fence. So
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks small from here.
It does, yeah. Maybe
because
that was
the
the original
pole's on
plan
the ground.
anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe because it's bigger.
Reverse what I just said.
Exactly. I like this horse though. He seems like a really cool guy. He's super cute and typey looking, and looks like good blood. I think they just got to find that balance of like leg and not too much leg through the front rail, because he seems very scopy.
20 going to be the score for jumping, 6 for time, 79.12 for Anna Dryden and Knight. As they go to 15th place. One clear so far in this $215,000 Horseware Island Grand Prix with Laura Kraut and Una Mariposa.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, she got that 6 done a little too easy into the triple. Yeah. And then again, the plank is like the bogey jump of the night.
As you say, you've got to get it hit it right.
You got to do it right. To me, that's actually where you would take more time.
Yeah.
Like that is, I would, you know, make my turns tighter and speedier everywhere else, and then I would keep my revs up, but I would go wider and not try to cut my turn there.
And that's where, as you were saying, strategy-wise, you've got to be smart. You're looking at that turn, they're going, oh, I've got some time to make up here. It's like, no, that is not where you're making it up. You need to do it earlier.
Exactly. And like now that we've seen, you know, a lot of people have that rail, I would hopefully think that the riders coming up would then change their plan a little bit.
Blythe Karolyi, the BK Equestrians Kingston for the Lemurial Stallion by Extace for Blythe. Has jumped some really nice rounds so far this season. It's coming into one of their bigger nights as well for this Horseware Island Grand Prix, which has drawn some big winners over the years. Laura Kraut actually won it back in 2022. Darragh Kenny twice, McLain Ward in recent years as well. Like I say, Carlos Guerrero won last year.
This horse, I don't want to jinx her, so I'm just gonna let her jump that jump. Yeah, so far the horse doesn't seem like it's stressed about this at all.
But doesn't look a very big horse when you look at the fences.
No.
Be interested to sort of go and see him on the floor. I think just lost a shoe there. That was a shoe.
Yeah,
that hit the pole.
That hit the pole?
Yeah, but the pole stayed.
Yeah. I mean, it's jumping. Like again, I want to not say anything to jinx her.
Straight.
She did that really nicely.
See?
She went out and she listened to me. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And she's gonna be over the top.
Oh no.
Oh, she's smiling, but she's shaking her head at the same time. 75.69, 2 for time for Blythe Karolyi and Kingston.
I have to say that was a beautiful round.
Yes.
I think that horse so far jumped, for me, the best of the class so far.
Yeah.
I thought he jumped beautifully. Like every jump was perfect.
Somebody's cheering away like mad down
I know,
below
they're
us as
very
well.
excited. Maybe it's the owner. He's so cute. His expression.
Yeah.
Like I just thought. I think they're going to do some really exciting things together, and she hasn't had a big time horse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look,
it was
he
a
pulled
boot,
his
I think, actually came up at the end.
So that's exciting for her.
Mark Bluman and the over-the-top stales Costa Quick PS. Mark with a sensational season so far, finished second in the Modon Grand Prix. That was with Landon. Won in the MS Classic last week with Ubeluk.
Yeah.
And Costa Quick that was been with also Mario Delorier. He's working with a lot.
He has a crazy string right now, which is very exciting, and can pick and choose.
But he's really, he was one of my guests on WEF Weekly earlier on this week, back on to Wednesday. You can also watch that on the website and through all the various ways to watch that too. But he is really excited. He's genuinely really excited where he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's very rare to have the amount of 5-star horses he has right now. So definitely, I think it's something to be excited about. And not just 5-star horses, I mean winning 5-star horses, and he's super fast. Unfortunately, I think, the mare, she's also young, you know, and I think she just rushed the vertical into the vertical ox, or maybe looked through it a little bit and rushed that, but I thought it jumped a beautiful round other than that.
Yeah, just on the 4s, 72.52, so good for time. Mark Bluman going into 8th place there on the 4s. As you say, 4s in the money. Time faulters in the money right now as well. 3 of those on one time fault. Carlos Guerrero in 2nd, Gabriel Machado in 3rd, Ashley Vogel after that on the one time fault. Flick down into the Horseware Island double. Sellon on 2, Blythe Karolyi on 2.
She actually got it, I think, with her stifle. Like she got away with it in front, and then her momentum, she just kind of, just a little bit of a green mistake there. But They'll fix it.
So moving to Michael Hughes now, and Carolina Arresu's Dom Perignon. For the 30-year-old US rider, again, regular at jumping some big tracks and producing horses through. Now we'll see with Michael around the track again. It's not been a regular pairing on a Saturday, but actually that's what's really interesting about this Grand Prix. We see some new pairings, give some opportunity for others coming through to feed into our other big Grand Prix nights as well. You can really strategically plot through. So another one has the first part of the Horseware.
Yeah, it's interesting. We didn't see that happening at the beginning of the class. But again, I always feel like it's kind of on that slow, like there's a crown of the ring, which I believe the course designer did on purpose, and it's working for these last two horses. He's got them there for sure. It's tricky, but I mean, the horse is giving a good effort. It doesn't look like it's, you know, not having a good time out there.
Yeah, so far for Michael. Oh, interesting. He took that quite tight.
Yeah, it was interesting. He angled it, but then he let the horse jump it at an angle. So he didn't then try to turn it in the air. Yeah. So I mean, he could like jump it and land in the same line.
Yeah.
But then he was a little bit out to the side. But the horse's stride was big enough; it didn't mess up the fact.
Finishing on a total of 8:73.77 for Michael Hughes and Dom Perignon this time. So they just sort of get a little keener coming into this Horseware double. Has the first part down again, and then also at the water tray. Still one clear. Laura Kraut, former winner of this Grand Prix, with Une Marche Posa to lead things up. I actually remember doing this Grand Prix, and we've got a whole lot coming out. I don't think we're going to be in this scenario, but it was one. Spencer Smith won it on one clear round. I remember him doing that.
Really?
On to week 10.
Yeah, that's rare.
But I will also say, Laura Kraut, of course, last year, for those watched, won the Dublin Grand Prix in the Rolex Series on one clear. But I don't think that's the scenario we're in tonight. I think we've got we're going in reverse order, remember, as well. So quite a bit to come. Star Olympian for Switzerland, Beat Madley, and Coachella for the Grant Road Partners 2 of New York. As we mentioned him a little bit earlier on, also trains Katie Dinan with his 10-year-old Belgian bred mare by Mesito van der Hillehoff. For a lovely, stylish rider to watch.
Yeah, he's magic on a horse. Just very, very much knows where the horse's legs are, and yeah, he's just one of the best. So good.
Former winner of the World Cup, final in 2007, Olympic silver medalist.
Did he just do 7 to the triple?
Not so sure. Yeah, we might take another look back at that.
Yeah, I feel like the horse was so adjustable. He got him back so quick that he ended up doing 7, but I could be wrong there. It was beautiful. Also, that was well done.
He should be good for time, all right.
Should. There we go.
There we go. Like I said, I didn't think we were in the scenario of a sole clear, and now I've proved myself.
Yes.
And so the second of the clears coming from 2 superstars, Laura Kraut and Beat Madley, producing with Coachella there. And just to start to watch another look back here, Ashley.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he did 7.
Yeah.
But you know what? It worked for that horse, and I probably would have done the same if I was on Donatello. And I've always said you don't need to you can add in every line and still be under the time allowed. Yeah. You just have to keep the revs up.
You just got to keep the momentum going.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ireland's Tom Watchman now, and the Coolmore Show Jumping's Genghis Khan for the 21-year-old. Turned that just a few weeks ago. Has already been a regular and a winner for the Irish team. Winner of the London Grand Prix last year in London, obviously. That was the giveaway. And also on winning teams in La Ball. Now here with the 10-year-old Genghis Khan. Horse by Canaan. This one of the lesser experienced under the lights horses for him. Who trains with Cian O'Connor, who headed round a little earlier just with the one down.
Ooh. Is it? Ooh. Oh. That was interesting there. The horse just got a little surprised in that double. I thought he came in all right.
Yeah.
And then the horse maybe saw something and kind of shifted.
It doesn't feel tonight's the night anyway, so Tom's going to retire.
A lot of respect for that, because technically they just had one down, so you know, you wouldn't say, oh, he should retire, but he was feeling that his horse just wasn't right today. Yeah, he just jumped in and the horse kind of stuttered off the ground. And then this is actually really impressive. The horse cleared this, which is amazing.
Yeah. But he felt probably the rhythm's gone at that point. The connection's gone. Okay.
Yeah, no, I respect that he's a young rider, but obviously he's, you know, showing to be a really good horseman. That was impressive.
Talking of two experienced riders, Laura Kraut and Ibrahim Barazzi are our leading pairs so far, and though there's the two clears out of the first part of this $215,000 Horseware Island Grand Prix. Ashley Bond alongside me for tonight's class. We've still got the remaining group to come, 23 completed combinations of the 45. We're going to take a little breather, back in a few minutes time here from Wellington and the Horseware Island Grand Prix.
Nobody tells you how quickly they move into your heart, or how quietly they become your whole world. They'll teach you patience without a word, courage without a question. You're not crazy. They just don't know horses like we do.
Bainbridge is a fully integrated multifamily real estate company that has developed and acquired 43,700 homes, representing $8.5 billion in transactions. With more than 500 associates nationwide, we oversee development, construction, acquisitions, dispositions, asset, and third-party management. Based in Wellington, Florida, Bainbridge continues to grow its national footprint. Learn more at bainbridgecompanies.com.
This is the easiest sport for the best competitor to lose. Our job is to give an objective and intelligent conversation starter. Here you go, now you're off. Our sport isn't simple, so you've got to help people. You've got to help people get in. Seeing a young person fall in love with a sport is magical and brilliant, and I would just love that to be equestrian sports.
Today's world is not the world our children will inherit, for it is changing faster than ever before. We help students prepare for a future that is indefinable. Because we believe an education must go beyond books, bricks and mortar, we're creating the best schools in the world, so our students graduate world-wise.
with the Double H Farms HH Griffin for the mare by Castellino. Finished well in the Traverse City Grand Prix previously and actually went very nicely through the 3-star Grand Prix here on week 6. So just building up nicely back to under the lights for Quentin.
Yeah, it's nice to see him back in Saturday Night Lights.
Yeah. And I should say a very good evening again to Ashley Bond, who's alongside me. Ashley, as we're rejoining,
yes.
We'll remind everybody you're alongside me.
Oh,
it's
I'm
nice.
here. It's good to be here.
Okay, so Quentin Judge, H.H. Griffin. We'll give a little reminder of what's been part of the test tonight on the course. Kenny Chrome, our course designer, done a very good job here once again.
Yeah, he's really, I think, designed a very, very good course. Nothing too crazy difficult, but just questions everywhere, and the time is quite snug, which obviously makes a course ride more difficult. Yeah. I think this horse is, it was jumping very, very high, and I think just got a little bit too up in the sky there out of B. It rode a little scopy. Again, the back rail's looking a little bit far, but Quentin's doing a very good job of putting it back together, I think, and giving it some confidence.
Now just to remind you, time allowed is 74 seconds. We've had 3 on 1 time faults, 2 on 2 time faults. McLain has played a big part in the early part of the course. We've talked about that quite a bit. Then that narrowed up Oxo, I haven't mentioned that too much yet. We'll come on to that bit. It has stayed in place most of the time as well. Finishes well, 71.56. He was on it for the time too. So he was inside the time there on the 8th for Quentin Judge and H.H. Griffin. Like you say, some early errors and then put it back together.
Yeah, I actually thought the horse, maybe, I don't know how many night classes it's done, but it looked just like it was maybe a little bit impressed at the beginning, and then after, the little mishaps there, I think Quentin did a really, really good job of pulling it back together after the second rail and finished the course on a positive note, and I think the horse will come back much better for it.
Through a stretch at the Lugano, but
that's where being a strong, tall guy really helps. Because you got those strong legs when they're jumping in the sky.
I'm the wrong person to direct that one to. McLain Ward, we're about the same height. McLain with Lestro now for Marta Maddox has been a horse that actually came from Marfinity of Ireland. The 10-year-old gelding by Staccato Gold has been competing since October last year. Second Grand Prix with this ride as well. Be really interested to see. And again, he's bringing out a few new stars as we'd expect usually through the WEF Season 2. McLain, winner of the 5-star Modon Grand Prix this season, was with High Star Hero. But again, that's what we were talking about earlier, Ashley. We like seeing this of seeing some of the next group of stars coming through they're going to be riding.
Yeah, that's what's nice about WEF is, it's not all 5 stars all the time. So, for riders like McLain and Darragh and Christian and all of these people, you can kind of build up your, second and third strings. That was unfortunate.
Audible groan from the crowd.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The horse was jumping a very nice round. Maybe it got a little bit gappy there. Horse just kind of had a little bit open of a front end at the vertical, but that was a good round otherwise.
Yeah, and on it for time, no problem at all. 70.84, like we said about a little bit earlier on about those experienced riders being able to stay on that pace. McLain Ward and Lestro just on the 4. We'll have a look firstly down into the triple.
Yeah, I thought it looked really, really consistent. And then maybe, just we'll see out of this turn, but maybe it just showed up a little bit gappy and the horse just maybe doesn't have that experience and kind of didn't hold his front end there at the vertical.
Talking of experience, this is the 18-year-old Igor with Nayel Nassar. Wonderful combination for the Evergate stables.
Yeah, his Olympic mount, lots of experience. Love this horse. He's won a lot with him. He's very much my type of horse. Bloody and little and quick and all the things. So.
Yeah, took a little break from September of last year until February of this. And, Nayel just bringing them back the last few weeks. Jumped well in the MS Classic the other day here too. Was in the daylight hours, but Igor's been under the lights here plenty of times as well.
Yeah, and you'll see this horse, you know, he'll add in places where other people might not, but he doesn't have to worry about the time because this horse is so naturally fast, and Nayel is also a very fast rider. He gave a huge effort over that triple bar. Igor looks like he's having some fun out there tonight. Just looks like so much fun to ride. Like he just keeps that nice flowing rhythm and kind of just pulls you to the jumps, but not in a rude way. Like he's very polite about it.
Yeah.
And he's just so quick at the front, at the jump. I don't want to jinx him there. That was really, I was going to say it was so well done, but it wasn't my fault, I swear.
Don't swear. That's the key bit.
Oh, that was a bummer.
Really nice round.
Yeah.
Just a shame there for Nayel Nassar and Igor. Just the skinny, you can see he raises his head to the skies. A little bit of frustration, but certainly not with the horse. Jumped to a fantastic round there for Nayel.
Yeah.
Another look back.
I thought he did it really well. I can't. It just happened. It just was a rail, you know. I don't think the horse
they looked to get a good shot
down.
at it.
I think Nayel gave him a good shot, you know. Hindsight would be you just pull a little harder at the base, but that was too bad.
Staying at 2 clear, Spear Madley and Laura Kraut. It is Jacqueline Steffens daily now. And as you see, we've got a mix of the world rankings here, including those in the top 10 as well. So this gives a really lovely wide field here. Double C Stables, Freaky. Now Freaky is 16 years of age now for the Daily International. And for those that haven't seen this horse, this has been her partner for, I've lost count how many years.
Yeah, very long time.
Since very early days. And it's been lovely to see because, I mean, they've jumped through Nations Cups, they've jumped Grand Prix, they've done everything together, haven't they?
Yeah, they're a wonderful partnership. Jacqueline's done a great job with this feisty mare who has so much heart. Actually, he's a gelding. Never mind. He acts like a mare. But no, he's lovely, and they've had a lot of success together. I think, unfortunately, he just shifted a little bit right, anticipating. That's a little bit with older horses. They're so smart. They've done this so long. It's like he knew he was going right, you know. So you kind of have to think, maybe let him think we're going the other direction.
But again, for someone like Jacqueline, she doesn't have a big string at this level. This has tended to be the horse that she's gone to.
Yeah.
Well, she actually squared up to that plank
I loved
really nicely.
her ride there. I thought that it's exactly how you should ride that.
And she was fine for time. 71.63 just on the 4 there for Jacqueline Steffens Daly and Freaky. Like I said, we're getting reverse order of qualifying as well from the class earlier on this week. So just finding 1 or 2 that are finding it a little bit more at ease with making that time allowed than some of the early combinations.
Here he just shifted right. He was like, we're going right, and she on the landing seemed to be like, oh no.
Yeah, not yet.
What did I do?
Yeah.
So, but overall, it was a very good round, and he looks like he's having fun out there. It's nice to see the older horses still enjoying their job.
Michael Morrissey now, and Ash Atkinson's in Cento SA. You know, 13-year-old gelding by Cardenso with Michael for the Horsey Road to a podium finish previously in the American Gold Cup. Jumped several of the big classes into the lights so far this year on this grey.
Yeah, I saw him jump clear in the Gold Cup on this horse. It was really, really, really nice. Like I didn't know the horse, and
it's pretty early on when they'd started. Actually,
yeah, it jumped it amazing. He's had some great horses in his career that he's sold. The good one, Chance, to Natalie Dean.
Yeah, Chance to O'Malley.
He picks good ones.
Again, this is a horse with
Got a nice touch there.
Yeah, got lots of jump on ability. Goes on through the vertical of the water tray.
Yeah. I mean, Liverpool on the backside of a white vertical is always going to be difficult. Under the lights especially, it just draws their eye down. And some horses, you know, they're just a little distracted with that sometimes.
Yeah.
But then he jumped
the rider test, yeah.
Yeah, but then he jumped the white skinny beautifully.
Yeah.
And the plank. That's too bad.
Time's going to be okay as well.
Yeah.
It's been proving less of a factor now. 71.42, like I say, we're into a different group. Michael Morrissey and Cento SA. Good round overall.
Beautiful
goes
round.
to the 10th place at the moment, just on the 4 there.
Yeah, shaking his
Michael.
head. He's mad at himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, he got that light touch on number 3, and then he jumped out of the double, and maybe he just softened a little bit at the base. It just looks like he balanced, but then he kind of softened, and then the balance of the horse just tipped forward.
A little forward. Yeah.
Just that 2%, where at this height, that's all it takes.
Stephanie Merciera of Brazil, Bonchance Farms, Toulouse, mare by Ottangelo for Stephanie, who's been regular with us through the season. Brazil, of course, with Nations Cup appearance a few weeks ago as well.
I like it. She started with a lot of rhythm.
Yes. Exactly what you talked about. You and I were talking about it a little earlier on, because you were talking about how you ride with Donatello, but with Igor.
Yeah.
As you said, you can actually go around this course and add strides.
Yes.
And still make the time. It's the adding is not so much the problem, it's the pace.
Exactly. And actually what I really liked, a lot of people have been making a really tight turn to the triple bar, but slow.
Yeah.
And she actually went out, but she kept her rhythm up. So she was able to get straighter to that and had a really nice jump there. And then I think, you know, after that double, maybe she needed to just sit him on his butt a little bit quicker. He just was a bit on a roll to that vertical with the Liverpool. And we saw that go down again. I thought he was very clever there. It got a little bit deep, but he was really good about that. And she rode the next turn very well. I think she rushed the plank a little bit. Like she got the corner right, but then she just needed to kind of stay quiet a little bit.
71.48, like I say, time less of a factor now. It is 8 there for Stephanie Merciera and Toulouse. There's always that factor of, okay, also you go later, so I mean some earlier combinations, a little less experienced in places, but also here she was just having to get things settled coming into this double, and it just didn't quite.
Yeah, and he rubbed, we saw he touched a little bit in front, so for me, and then this just got a little too flat.
Yeah.
His stride doesn't look to be the biggest. And then here again, I think it just a little bit too rushed. You know, she was good on time. She could have taken it out a stride more, got a little straighter. But as you can see, she was really kicking for the 5. So his stride, you could have maybe almost done a 5, an ad after that double before that vertical with the Liverpool. Like I might have done that on Donnie.
Yeah. I was actually going to come on to that. We'll introduce Sergio Alvarez Moya coming up now with Quadraro, and this is a gelding by Comme il faut. Is the 10-year-old for Sergio, who finished well with this. In fact, 4th in a Grand Prix again at Okada in the last few weeks. Then he's headed on down here, where it is a venue he's won the Rolex Grand Prix in before now. He's a regular at the very top level. He's won World Cups, been part of Olympic Games.
I love Comme il faut. I actually am riding one now.
What do you like about them? I mean, they go back to Retina, that was obviously the mare that was double gold.
Yes. I mean, I just feel like they're very careful and a lot of blood and sensitive and brave. And I just love those types of horses. But Sergio has, you know, had a lot of top horses in his career. He's a great rider, very light forward, good hands. Horses really jump well for him. I'm not going to say anything more because it's looking good.
He rides that turn pretty efficiently. You were saying to me earlier you felt that's where you can make up a bit here and give yourself a bit more breather at this fence.
Exactly. And then if you noticed, he actually calmed everything down a little bit. Like maybe his revs weren't that much less, but you could see in his body and his hands and the horse that he took a breath. That was really, really well done.
Well, he can breathe out now. 72.52. Sergio Alvarez Moya going clear there with Cuadrado. And so it gives us the third clear round of this Horseware Island Grand Prix tonight. $215,000 in the prize funds. And again, just starting to give that horse some more exposure and looking very tidy indeed.
Yeah, no, I thought from start to finish he had that pace that I've been talking about, and he made his turns tight enough, and then he made the turn right here back to the vertical. I thought he did that really well. The horse kind of fought him a touch, but he didn't phase him. He didn't pay attention to it. And then he took a moment to the plank and he went out an extra stride, and I think it made a big difference.
Catriona and Peter Lutz for Love Stuteri Grand Prix winners into the early part of this year as well. For Peter jumped some super rounds out on the grass as well. This horse has been a regular top three. This wonderful 11-year-old Dutch-bred mare by Canaan. I don't know whether you've seen much of this one.
I saw a little bit
this season.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of her on the grass, and they look to be a super partnership. Peter doesn't always have like a lot of horses at this level, but when he does, they're always really nice.
Ooh.
Oh, darn.
I thought that was going to stay.
I did too. Sometimes the luck just doesn't go your way, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had one a couple of weeks ago, and it jumped sort of 2 feet in the air and still landed in the cup and stayed there, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that was too bad. And then had, the next one down.
Yeah.
But this is a lovely type. I think she's got really good blood, and she's scopy, and she looks like she really wants to jump clear and be a good girl. I love good mares. They fight for you.
It's nice. Now, coming home strongly for Peter and Catriona.
Yeah,
I'm going to finish on 870.92.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really, really nice round. He rode great. The mare actually jumped beautifully. It was just a little bit of bad luck there. And like I said, I think sometimes when you have a rail that, it results in the next fence, sometimes it distracts the horse and rider, because she hit it hard.
It looked as though it was going to stay, and I think just the safety cup in the end maybe, or just the spin of it, can't quite see close enough. But as you say, you just lose a little bit that rhythm, a little bit of discombobulation, then you get back settled again.
Yeah, because she had the back rail and she hit it pretty hard, even though it almost stayed, and then the next one she had in front.
Yeah.
So to me, that was then she was like thinking of her hind end, and then made a little bit of a mistake with the front end.
Just a bit overcompensation.
Yeah, and then after that, didn't touch anything else.
Yeah. Sloan Coles and Ninja.
This is a cool horse. I like this horse a lot.
Jumped very well, jumped into World Cups already. Second in the Grand Prix in Silo Ridge previously as well in the 3-star. They jumped a lot of clears and fours.
Yeah.
Just a really consistent combination.
Yeah, and Sloan's a fighter. She definitely digs deep and is gritty, and I like that about her. This horse has a lot of energy, and it's actually in a hackamore, like a little pony hackamore. That was a nice touch there. Hopefully it helps her for the rest. Two careful jumps coming up. Need a little bit of luck. Again, towards the end of the course, especially with a horse like this, it's almost like they get on a roll.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to give yourself a moment to regroup.
you want that controllability at the end, don't you? You don't want
Yeah.
that rushing to the finish, going,
Yeah.
okay, we're getting there, 71.27 time. Let's say time becomes less of a factor now. It is 4 there of Sloan Coles and Ninja, but you start to get towards the end, it all starts to roll forward, and you
Yeah.
have to go, wait.
That's where a little bit like Sergio made that turn tight on that rollback to the skinny vertical, but he actually had balance through the turn. He wasn't just letting the horse roll through it. And I think maybe with this horse, because it was also like on the roll and very scopy, I think it just was a little bit like the momentum just caught up with her a little bit there. I thought she rode great. You know, it was an unfortunate mistake.
So 3 clears still: Beat Manley, Sergio Alvarez Moya, Laura Kraut. That's a star 3. And this was a star of a combination back a couple of seasons ago, winning the 5-star Grand Prix on week 9, that Bainbridge Grand Prix. Lady Louise and Luciana Lossio of Brazil.
Yeah, that was really exciting for her, and I think she's a lawyer, isn't she?
She is. I think she's even higher up than that. She's a judge, but yes, a sort of high court, high Supreme Court.
She just does this for fun as a hobby, and that's amazing. And this is a wonderful horse, and they have a great partnership. I think, you know, unfortunately, maybe she rushed that turn a little bit in the distance, showed up a little too deep with not enough rhythm, and she tried, but.
And again, for someone like Luciana, I mean, she's jumped some fantastic rounds together, but doesn't get as much exposure in the big classes all the time, so you're not getting that regular hit.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference. Being able to get in the ring all the time on a consistent basis definitely gives you more confidence and experience. The horse is also kind of shifting a bit to the right, which I think made the triple bar a little bit wider, and also in the triple.
There we go, coming in nicely.
Yeah, looking better actually now.
Yeah, much better at the end. Yeah.
Finished strong. I thought finished on a positive. Had a few little mistakes that you can go back and kind of work on at home, and but no worse for wear.
So going to finish on the 12 there.
It just kind of cut the turn and then shifted just a touch to the right. And again, here I think you see the horse just shift a little bit, and we're really close to the standard here. But then after that, I thought she put it back together, and they finished really positive.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting because she's a very high pressurized day job that actually coming to do this. Do you feel the pressure of that, or is this actually a bit of a release? I don't know. Anyway,
take a breath.
This is Jordan Coyle's day job. The Elan Farms Calcourt Particle, new horse for him this season, was actually with the Joe Fernihad, jumping this one back in the UK. He's jumped a couple of the big classes under the lights now with this horse, and it's now 14 years of age. So it's a horse in terms of age that is got plenty of maturity, but hasn't had the experience over the bigger tracks like this.
Yeah, it's funny. Jordan likes to ride these types, these bigger, longer types, and he has his own style. He rides with, you know, a longer rein, which I do as well. I'm a fan of. It kind of reminds me of his big gray horse. It's Ariso.
Yeah.
The way it goes. You know, a few mistakes here and there, but not bad. I think this is going to be a good partnership. Jordan, you know, has had a lot of success, so I have no doubt that they'll get it figured out.
As I say, a little less. This is sort of first season for them. Although, as I say, with a horse with age-wise with a bit more mileage.
Yeah.
But 16 going to have some time as well there.
Yeah, I think it jumps some nice jumps. I think, you know, they just got to get to know each other a little bit better.
But that's the thing people forget as well. You watch around and go, you know, you had 16, 17 today.
Yeah.
And actually you go back and go, okay, right, what are we working on?
Yeah. Like, what does this horse need to get better? What do I need to practice? And how should I ride it? Do I need to hold it off the base? Do I need to drop it at the base?
Yeah.
Like, his Ariso horse, he never touches the face at the base because you can't. So, you know, there's like, and at this level, it's like minutia, you know? It's like such little things make such mistakes. So they'll get it.
Luis Fernando Rathbel now. Leanne Ablin's Baroness has been a multi-winner this season. I think he won 3 classes in 1 week that we had.
He is very speedy.
He's very speedy, very efficient,
Yes.
and quite often clear as well.
Very much
Westphalia
so.
mare by Ballas Bellini for Luis Fernando Rathbel now.
Love this mare. She's got so much heart and quality, and they obviously know each other very well. So this should be a good one.
Fingers crossed. Just as a little
Yes.
gauge, this is the 35th of 45 in the first round. But again, this is the interesting part of being at this point of the season here, Ashley, that, you know, a number of these combinations, this is being one of them. You go, okay, you've jumped lots of classes now. You should be nice and comfortable in this. Off we go. You start off in the early part of the season just finding your feet a little bit.
Yeah.
And others that are coming out, like we've just seen, that are now finding their feet. They've jumped a lot of classes in daytime to say, okay, I think you're ready to go under the lights and do a bit more.
Yeah. No, I think so far they're having a very good round. He actually, after the triple bar, took his time and did 10 to that double. I don't know if we've seen that yet, but this mare is very hot, and I think he felt like maybe to get her balance back for that vertical oxer.
Keep the cork in the bottle.
Exactly. I think that was really well done. I think his rollback there was very smart. I don't think he'll have a time fault, but we're...
Oh, I think she should.
I think we'll be okay if he hurries up.
He's got to keep moving, but he should
go
be just about okay.
A little bit, go.
Breathe in. Yeah, 73.90.
He gauged that real close.
Loads of time to spare. Yeah, what, 400ths of a second.
So much time.
73.96. And so gives the fourth of the clears there for Luis Fernando Rathbel, who as usual, I think, has got the fan club in there. Plenty of whistling, cheering.
No,
Never popular.
He was one of my picks to go clear.
Yeah.
They're such a good team. He knows this horse so well, and he really gauged that time allowed. I mean, I don't know if it was on purpose that he got that close, but
of course it was. I mean, a man can do 400ths of a second in his head. No, totally.
No, it was great. And in the jump off, they are going to be very difficult to beat if they're clear. So it'll be exciting.
It'll be making it very interesting. We've got now foil, Luis Fernando there joining Laura Kraut, Sergio Alvarez Moya and Beat Manley as the clears so far. Ceres Segal now, Boreal de Foncum, also jumping on the Nations Cup in Abu Dhabi earlier on this season as well. Got a good appearance for her part of the team there. Now returning for this horse for the Horatio Street Ventures.
Yeah, I've seen this horse a bit. It's a very nice horse, very rangy. She works with Chris Kapler. And, they do a really nice job bringing the horses up.
Chris himself, Athens Olympic gold.
Is that it?
Yeah.
No biggie. No biggie.
Individual middle there as well.
Yeah. Thought she did that very well. The horse is actually quite a long horse.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it in a while, and they've actually gotten it to shorten up in front of the fence, which I think was kind of needed the work in the beginning because it was young and a bit gangly, but I feel like they've really put it together nicely. I liked her roll back there. I thought that was really well done. She kept the balance, but the rhythm up.
Yeah.
She's trying to get them back together here.
Whoa.
That was great. She fought for that. She really is pulling him up in front. She can feel that he's dragging her.
Might just be all right. Might just be all right. 73.53. And so he's going to give the fifth clear round there for Ceres Segal and Boreal de Foncum.
She really, those two places that have been, the questions on course.
Yeah.
I thought she really fought for it and just used everything. She's not a big person, but she really rode like she had all the strength there in both of those rollbacks to the vertical and the plank. I thought that was brilliantly ridden.
And that's the thing. I mean, riders of all shapes and sizes, it's not about physical strength. It's the effectiveness of your strength, isn't it?
Yeah, no, she was so effective there, and she was really smart, and she went out and got straight to get his balance back for that plank. So well done to her.
Well done to this lady. Amazing season so far. Amazing season last year. Nina Malave, now world number 7 for the 26-year-old. Like we mentioned earlier, it wasn't that long ago she was jumping the U25 series, but she's already proven herself at the top level. Last year winning on the Rolex series as well. Won in Aachen in a very good class there too. Destined to be for the Rain family. That's the British bred gelding by Dumont de Semy.
Yeah, I mean, she has a lot of really lovely horses and has won a lot in the sport at such a young age. I don't know this one as well as I know some of the other ones, but I love the type. She trains with Helena Stormans, who's, brilliant.
And talking to her earlier on this week, it's going to stay there.
Yeah, got a nice touch there.
But didn't caught up with them there. But from Nina Malave's point of view, I was talking to Helena about it. She said she's just such a hard worker.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's everything she's involved in. She's morning, noon, and night, and there's no shortcut.
No, you can see that, and she seems like very humble and
very
level-headed, and it's good to.
And she's
show
worked with some amazing people through her career. She's going to have that one down as well, unfortunately, this time.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a more inexperienced horse. It just seems like a little bit on that roll where it's just kind of looking through the fences a little bit, but it'll just learn from this. Each mistake wasn't anything drastic. Light touches, and they'll know what to do to get him back.
Total 12 there, 69.97 for Nina Malave and Destined to Be. Little early rail touch here that they got one in the pocket, but unfortunately the next one dropped out.
Yeah, I think he just, made a little bit of a green mistake there, and again here maybe it got a little bit where she had to push 2 strides in front, so it kind of changed the ride a bit there. But, minor things.
Jessica Springsteen now, Olympic silver medalist. Jessica with Cayman de Porto Z for the Stonehill Farm. This gelding by Criado, 3 the 11-year-olds. Finished at top 5 in the WEF on week 5. And going to be really interested to see this horse going as they produce some good rounds so far this season. So actually his youth was at one point ridden by Steve Gerda.
Yeah,
the London Olympic champion, to put that in perspective for anyone.
She has lovely types. I love the types she picks.
It
was unfortunate. I actually thought that the horse was jumping jumped the first jump really good. I like its expression. It's got a really cute, look at the jump, and it's kind of like a radar.
And again, this is a pair that wouldn't have been under the lights so much. More best known for her partnership with Don Juan.
Yeah, I think maybe just, it's only coming 11. It's not like it's an old horse. I don't know how much experience they have under the lights together. It really changes for horses. Some, like Donnie's always risen to the night.
Like it.
Yeah, he's always been better under the lights because he was almost too nonchalant, during the day. But other horses,
big occasion.
Yeah, and other horses, they kind of get a little bit overwhelmed and need more experience, which it seems like.
And that's sort of, go out. Go and do it again the following week. Jessica Springsteen there, finishing on 12, 72.18. Cayman de Porto Z.
One of those rounds where it's like, yes, it had 12 faults, but it wasn't a bad round. It just, they made a few little mistakes. Like, I thought this one, he just maybe made a little bit of a error in judgment there, and then the Liverpool oxer out of the turn before the triple, maybe she put a little too much leg, so he went through. And then there, I think he was fighting her on the turn.
Yeah.
She could have gone a little bit wider at that stage. But I thought had some really good moments in that course.
Darragh Kenny, winner of the big Grand Prix last week of the Bainbridge Grand Prix, different ride on that occasion. This is Helena Haas's Colibel hero, Helena herself, who's been running some super rounds with Claude. Is trained by Darragh Kenny. It's the 11-year-old mare by, again, Comme il faut. It's a mare and Comme il faut. Should be right up your street, Ashley.
I know. I feel like there's a lot of Comme il faut these days.
Yeah.
Like, he's really producing very good horses. Okay, Darragh is one of the best. He's so consistent. I feel like he's someone that everyone can kind of study because he's, I mean, okay, that was an unfortunate rail, but still, he's so quiet on a horse, and he just always has his rhythm where it needs to be, and he never looks rushed, and he's never, you know, pulling so hard or running. I mean, obviously jump offs are different, but in the first round, it's always so smooth, and you can really see that through his student, Mimi Gotchman. You know, he's a master at, like, I think his tracks are inside everybody's there.
Yeah.
But not rushed.
No.
It was, and the horse still, he gave the horse time to jump the jump. Again, same with the plank. You know, he's really masterful, and horse gave a little bit of a spook there, and he handled it like no problem.
Just finishes on the 4, 70.37, so 4 there for Darragh Kenny. Keeps the 5 clears the moment. Darragh Kenny and Colibel Heroes at 39 gone of the 45 tonight. And just at the water tray again, another one catching it.
Maybe, I mean, I just in slow-mo, you could see Darragh was already looking to the right. Maybe you could be like, pick on him. Maybe, I don't know, because it looked really good. And
it did look good. Now to Jessica Mendoza and the Ammon Equestrians Ascadina PPZ. And Philip, who's also been riding this, that trains with Jess too, with this Zangazida mare by Aska Z, is still now just turned 10 for Jess, who was part of the European Championships last year.
Yeah, she had a wonderful year.
She had a really good year.
Yeah.
Won a Grand Prix a few weeks ago up in Ocala too.
Yeah, I feel like Jess is just coming into her own. You know, she's really gotten so consistent and winning all over the world, and has a good group of horses. I feel like the horse maybe just looked down a little bit. That crown gets some of it. You call it the crown of the ring?
I call it a crown. Well, you know, it's a crown for drainage, isn't it? Because you can't have a perfectly flat ring, otherwise you'd have a big puddle in the middle of it.
Yeah. It's funny how some horses really are sensitive to that, and others you wouldn't ever notice.
And you can go and ride a ring that's, you know, an outdoor grass ring that's got plenty of movement to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the mare is having a good, or it is a mare, yeah, was having a good round. I think just a little bit, I don't know if she looks maybe like she's getting a little bit tired.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're not far off. Again, one of those where it's a high fault round, but it didn't look bad.
And no, and in the same way that you talk about, you know, keeping concentration.
Yeah.
Sometimes just when the concentrate, you have a couple down, the concentration, more horse than rider, I'm talking here, that goes, and it then gets harder to get back in that rhythm, get it start to come back together again.
Yeah, and I think, like, I haven't seen it too much where you have a Liverpool on the back side of a vertical and then you roll back to a square oxer with another Liverpool. So maybe horses that are a little bit inexperienced, that kind of gets them a little bit.
Elise O'Connell Crooks and the High Hopes farm of North Carolina's Aureline van Prinsveld for this 12-year-old mare, for a rider who's been on Nations Cup action before now for Team USA as well. Usually seeing her with Elvira into the big classes and a couple of others. Taking a different route this time with Aureline, I think for the first time under the lights here as well.
Yeah, this is a 12-year-old. Also looks like a lovely type. She's been training, I believe, with Marcus Beerbaum.
Marcus, yeah, absolutely.
He's a genius.
Been with him for a few seasons now.
Yeah, he's
as
a
has
genius.
Jessica Springsteen's been.
Yeah. Oh, that was unfortunate. The mare looked like she just kind of hesitated there off the ground. But again, looks like a really nice partnership in the making, and you know, having a couple mistakes, but nothing drastic. Jumped that really well. And I think Elise is riding like a very positive track. Rhythm is staying the same through the whole round.
Going to get home with just a little touch of the last on the 8 vault, 72.758 there for Elise O'Connor and Aurelien van Prinsveld. Another round for that partnership to build on as well. It's interesting seeing the time now. You feel like we were making a real fuss of it in the first half, and now it's like, well, they're just cruising through it now.
I know.
But that is proving a very influential line, whether you're coming off the double and the way it goes and just pushing on through that vertical over the water.
Yeah, I think for her in the triple there, the mare actually just jumped too far in. Like if it was an oxer, I think she wouldn't have done that. But I think it was, you know, learning to back up when it's a delicate jump after, you know, an oxer in a combination. That's a good question.
4 left to go. Jacob Pope now, Sherry Crawford's Highway FBH, standing by Plot Blue. There's a horse who's also jumped on Nations Cup team, both here in the Americas and over in Europe as well. Jacob, who's busy also in the Hunter Rings too. Turned his hand back to the jumpers a few years ago, especially with this horse.
Yeah, this is an awesome horse.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of good things together. He's also, like, he's really on it from the beginning with the time. Ooh. And could also maybe feel that his horse was a little bit impressed.
Yeah.
And it's not their night tonight.
No, just unravels there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think he'll say thank you. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe he'll jump the first jump again. Yeah, the horse was just jumping. I mean, fence 2, it jumped so high up in the air. Yeah, he's just going to jump the first one. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also stuck a little bit there. That was a very good choice. Needs to rebuild. I mean, the horse has done a lot. Maybe just got a little impressed tonight. Yeah. It happens. They're not machines, so, you know. I think also maybe that just got a little bit long there.
Yeah, just started to get a little way away from that, didn't they, in the end?
Well, I think after the triple bar.
Well, you've got to recover quickly.
Yeah.
And you're off your plan at that point, aren't you?
Yeah. I think that the triple bar upset the apple cart, and then, you know, it just unraveled a little bit.
Coming into 3 now, 3 strong, 3 to finish. Mario Delorier, Christian Kukuk, and Shane Sweeten. Mario Delorier first up for Canada. Luge LLC of New York's Génial de Bineville, for the Canadian 4-time Olympian. And as he said a few weeks ago, 2 very good 10-year-olds he's got right now. And he's been so good at getting ready for championships. He's been top 20 in I think the last 2 Olympics as well.
Yeah. No, and he's had some incredible horses in his career.
But he's very good at that. He's not. I mean, Mark Bluman's riding several of the horses now. He's not gone too wide with the string. He concentrates on a small number now and does them really effectively.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, Mario's not going to say his age, but he's not.
I was at his birthday the other day.
Chicken anymore. And I would love to be his age and still doing this.
16 reversed.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think he's being very smart, you know. He rides the few that he really probably enjoys.
Yeah.
And then he gets to see, you know, Marky and his daughter do some horses.
But he's so effective as well when he comes and does it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, he's been doing this a long time, and he's, you know, he's been to multiple games and developed a lot of horses.
Just drifting a little there, gets it straightened through.
Yeah. That's where experience comes in when the
Yeah.
horses are lacking.
But also not to make a big move
Yes.
so that you don't throw it off, because if you do that, you're probably going to drop in height, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this horse and him are having a beautiful round so far. I don't want to say anything to...
Well, I'm going to say he's
There
going to
we
be
go.
fine for time.
There
He's
we
going to be
go.
fine for everything about it. So it is going to give us our next clear in that list as well.
Yeah.
And so gives us the 6th clear round.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have 6 clear, but maybe you'll be right with the 7. I feel like one of, if not both of these people
we
are-
had
might be clear.
we had an off-air discussion of how many.
Yeah.
You said 8, I said 7. Correct?
6. I was with 6.
You were with 6.
You were
okay.
with 7.
I was
I
with
think
7.
you might be right, or maybe 8.
Okay.
Because Christian, Cook, and Shane Sweetenham, I mean, yeah, that's stacked.
That's stacked down towards the end. Yeah, Shane Sweetenham and Christian Cuckoo. We've got Shane going last, who was the winner of the WEF Challenge Cup earlier on this week as well. We've got the Olympic champion Christian Cuckoo with Acro Tivoli Z. Again, less experienced horse for him. A 10-year-old here for Christian. Building up a new string of horses for the world number 6. We've got world number 6 and world number 9. So we've got 2 out of the world's top 10
Yeah.
to complete.
Yeah, I have a feeling one, if not both, might be clear. Okay, yes, you said this is a greener horse,
Yeah.
but still you have Christian riding it, so that balances
There's
things out just
there's a
bit.
yin and a yang and a 6s and a 7.
Yeah.
A little touch at the first.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a bigger type.
Yeah.
Longer and jumps very high, but the front end isn't super tight, but it jumps so high sometimes that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah. You see, it's a little open with the front end, but
Yes.
again, it's like its body's almost over the standards. Oh.
No.
Oh, I think that it just got a little bit surprised out of that
Yeah.
turn, and I think it also very much surprised Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just got a bit green there, and it took Christian for a surprise.
Through the triple combination. I'm sure he's going to finish this for experience here as well.
100%. And I think obviously after that happened,
Yeah.
Christian's putting more pressure on the horse, so he kind of twisted a
Yeah.
little bit in the triple because he's putting the
come
pressure
on.
to be like, you're okay, you
You're
can do
okay.
this.
Yeah. Give the confidence.
Yeah, yeah. Because the shape of the jump got a little bit, changed a bit after that happened.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good positive experience after a little bit of that mishap happened.
Christian Cook there finished 12, jumping 9 time, 82.32 with Acro Tivoli Z. Leaves us one left to come in the first round. So the 6 clears at the moment, but as you say, I think took Christian even by surprise there as he was coming in.
Yeah, it's almost like, he rode the turn thinking it wasn't going to be an issue, and then the horse just kind of like got its eye, on it for a second, and then was kind of like, that's scary.
Yeah, little head elsewhere, and then just came back to it okay. But Christian, as you say, gives a good, confident, positive ride through there. Shane Sweetenham going to be last to go. And this is going to be the Vauquez Corian van Klapschuts, winners of the qualifier earlier on this week, the Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. Another one by Commonwealth for you.
I know.
There you go.
This is so cool.
Shane, world number 9 right now, has just moved back into the world's top 10. It's been there previously.
Yeah, I
gets a good
really
shot.
like this horse.
Yeah.
She's super cool. It looks like a mare. Because it's like hot and spicy and
whatever gelding does.
little. But, Shane's a real competitor and super quick and has won obviously a lot and all over the world. Knows how to pick great horses.
Yeah.
This one looks really typey and fun. And
Yeah, won a Grand Prix out on the grass earlier on this season as well.
yeah. So they're having a very good season so far. Ooh. Oh,
6, you're right.
I was right.
Yeah.
Not that I was rooting for him not to
No.
go clear.
We had a spare there with my 7.
But actually, that was a really cheap rail.
Yeah.
I felt like the horse just barely breathed on it, and sometimes that's what happens. But he's trying to pick up the speed to be a
and
quick
he is,
four-faulter.
because, fast four-faulter will put you in money as well, bearing in mind good prize money class. So fast four-faults would just squeeze you still into some prize money this evening. And this pair have got more and more experience now to be able to take a run of this. But
the fastest.
Yeah.
Four-faulter by
a horse that had a really good 9-year-old season too. Just finished on the 4:68.93. Shane Sweenham and Koyan van Clubshoed actually will put him into 12th place, so he does get into the prize money here tonight in the Grand Prix. Darragh Kenny just squeaking there into 13th place. It is the top group that I am concerned about, and it is 6 of them to return for the jump off, which is going to be very exciting indeed for this Horseware Island Grand Prix here tonight. And I'll run you through those in just a moment. There you see the frustration on Shane's face. He's just having the water tray down. Otherwise, in what was a very good round.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was a beautiful round. He just had a little bit of unlucky fence there.
Here we go. Here's the showdown. It's Laura Kraut to kick things off. She was our very first, going clear. Bet Manley for Switzerland. Look, there's a full range of flags there. It's Spain, Sergio Varez Moya, Luz Fernando Larrazabal, Baroness for Venezuela, Sarah Seagal for the USA, and completing with Mario Delorier of Canada. That's going to be the 6th coming back for the jump off. Ashley Bond has been with me through the first half. We're going to get ready for jump off round, as our arena crew are as well. Part of ABBA night here tonight. We had all sorts of disco and glitter balls going on as well. And we're going to take a little slip and slide off to the left, dance away for a few moments' time as we go to commercial. We're back in a minute.
Welcome to Carlswood, the home of Irish Olympic medalist, coach and international horse producer, Cian O'Connor. At Carlswood, we pride ourselves on the belief that success is reward for effort. Set in County Meath, Carlswood is the home of Cian's industry-leading high-performance centre. The Carlswood system is based on a structured approach to daily routine and meticulous planning to help reach our goals. At Carlswood, Cian and the team work together to provide coaching, mentoring, advice on horse purchases and goal setting. We also facilitate students who wish to progress their show jumping skills while they study in universities in Ireland and across Europe. When it comes to developing your horse's fitness, scheduling and planning around competitions, no stone is left unturned. At Carlswood, we are committed to delivering quality, a place where our goal is the fulfilment of your ambition.
NetJets is more. And with NetJets, you get more. More exceptional service. Heightened safety standards. And anytime access to where you're needed most. Do more and miss less with NetJets.
Welcome to Wellington International, the biggest horse show in the world. 3 months of competition through the Winter Equestrian Festival. Come and follow all the action. If you join us on site, that's great, but also on wellingtoninternational.com/live. Whether it's World Cup Dressage, the Equitation Championships, top-class show jumping, culminating in that $1 million Rolex US Equestrian Open Grand Prix. Each week on Wednesday as well, join us for Lemieux WEF Weekly at wellingtoninternational.com/live.
So those are the 6 clears going through the jump-off. Tractors just in at the moment. Here is the Kubotas just combing the top of the arena. Our arena crew just setting for the jump-off, and we're underway in just a few minutes' time. Well, just a few moments away as we take a look at the jump off for tonight's Horseware Island Grand Prix. Fidelity Investments bringing our course animations each week as well. Thank you to them. We are going to sweep into the arena and see what Kenny Chrome and the team have set for this jump off as well. A few little changes out there, which is going to be interesting to see. Ashley Bond alongside me too. Ashley, as we take a look, they start over what's termed fence 15. This is fence 5A now as an oxer. Then they go up to fence 6. We think maybe 6 strides up there. We'll see. Turn back to the Lugano. And then we've taken out 8A down here, which is going to make things interesting too as they go to 2 verticals.
Yeah, you'll have to be a little bit careful. You know, you want to risk it, obviously, but not too much because that ride's very careful.
Now, coming back to 10, which was the skinny, they've now got the standard 12-foot poles on there as well for the adequate fence. So that's been changed in material. Now we've got a big sweeping run here going up to 12 because the 11, the plank has been taken away. And now the oxer at the last remains. Yeah, remember that was a skinny oxer as well coming down.
Yeah, and they kept it a little rampy, it looks like, from our angle.
Gives you a chance to have a real shot at it.
Yeah, I think the places to really, you know, risk it for the biscuit would be
good old Andrew Bourne's expression.
From 6 to 7, and then be a little bit cautious. Like you can gallop, but then make sure the last 2 strides to balance for the double verticals. Then again, open it up, really get over to the orange, make a really tight turn, but you can really slice that Adequan jump.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to go right around the double verticals. I don't know if you can make it in between them, but I'm not saying you can't because 12 is a good ways away from that.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a little bit of something there.
Maybe, but I'm not sure. It's
not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to be worth trying to weave. No, I think you're going to go around.
But I mean, the Adequan, now that they made it so much wider, you can really jump it from left to right if you have an experienced enough horse. Obviously, if your horse is green, you might not want to take that risk, but then you can run like crazy to the left.
So, who is going to run like crazy? You're talking about you here.
Yes. But then you'd balance the last stride and a half.
Laura Kraut, we're going to start us off for the USA. Beat Manley for Switzerland. Sergio Varez Moya. Luis Fernando Larrazabal, where we certainly think some speed's going to come from there. Sarah Seagal and Mario Delore could well be consistent combinations down at the very end here as well. So 6 going into the jump off for tonight's Horseware Island Grand Prix. Just a moment away from starting. We've gone from 45 down to 6, and of course designer Kenny Chrome tonight done a very good job on the first round. Now back under the lights to take things up. The arm goes up, the entrance is cleared, and first set to ride in. Now we're going with the rider who was the very first to go, but is one of the best in the business, like I say, American Hall of Famer Laura Kraut, St Bride's Farms, Une Mariposa with the mare by United Touch to start things off. She's the former winner of this Grand Prix back in 2022. That was with Con Fu. And
that was a great horse.
That was a super horse. Really dug in that night to be our winner. Can she do it from the off? We've got 2 over 60s in the jump off as well in terms of rider's age.
I love that. Yeah. And 4 of the 6 horses are 10.
So yeah, it's up to 40.
Yeah.
Laura Kraut.
This will be great.
One of the finest to start us off. Can she put the pressure on the rest?
I mean, I definitely think she can. It is a 10-year-old, but again, it's Laura on top, and it does look like it has good blood, and got a nice touch there on the first one.
Take the water tray out from underneath
There's
as well.
The 6. That was very nice of him.
Yeah.
Because he left the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. I thought that was smart.
Oh, it's gone.
That was a cheap rail. Just rubbed it the wrong way, unfortunately, because the horse is jumping very well.
Coming home on the 4, as you say, got a real open gallop run here. Good round from Laura. It's still going to be high up there, I'm sure, with that time. 38.22 just on the 4 there for Laura Kraut, giving you Une Mariposa a little more experience as well, the 10-year-old mare.
Yeah, I think that was, great for their partnership and to give the mare some good mileage doing a jump off under the lights. And I thought she jumped beautifully. Laura gave her a great ride. I think, you know, she just barely touched that jump, and it came down, unfortunately, but it was still a great round.
Be at Manley, we saw some real experience earlier on. Be at Manley, the Swiss Olympian and European Championship rider with the Grant Road partners Coachella.
Yeah, another 10-year-old.
Yeah, the mare.
Yeah.
Belgian. But again, same boat as Laura, really. We're really trying the buttons now.
Yeah, you know, I think they're old enough to push it a bit, but obviously they're still very young, so maybe lacking in a bit of experience doing these jump-offs under the lights. But Biat's really good at knowing where his horses are at and asking, you know, the right things of his horses at the right time. So I thought that was very quick and very well done there. And the horse reacted really clever at that jump. I think he's definitely putting the pressure on, but he's not being, you know, he's not taking anything out of the horse.
Nicely done.
It was very well done.
38.16 now, comparing that to the time of Laura Kraut. She was 38.22.
Yeah,
so he
very
did squeak a little bit more on the time, but obviously he was clear as well for Be at Manley.
Yeah, I think he definitely left the door open, but again, he put the pressure on enough. Like that turn from the second fence to the third, the Lugano, that's a careful jump with the Liverpool under that. And then, again, I mean, you got to leave the jumps up. So I think he was quick enough and tidy enough where it'll put pressure.
He can sit and wait now. Sergio Alvarez Moya now. And Cuadrado, the hugely experienced Spanish Olympian.
Another 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Another Comme il faut.
Yeah. Jumping up in Ocala the other day. I mean, we were discussing where we thought this might go, but who said we're in unknown territory with some of the horses, really.
Yeah.
They've been building nicely with them during this year. So
yeah, I
now
mean,
we can really see those last few weeks of work potentially
I'm excited
pay off here.
to see this one. I think he's a very fast rider. He's wider here than Biat, but actually found a good one to the Oxer. I thought that was really well done into the double verticals. He rode it, and then the last two he balanced.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's very quick on that rollback, and now he's flying to the last, and he needs to do a little balance. I saw it.
36.01. Yeah, time was going to be enough, but as you say, you spotted it coming there.
I could see him live through here, and it just was a bit too flat. He needed to add one. I think the lack of experience of the horse's age, maybe.
Which again, perfect hindsight. He was 2 seconds ahead
of
that of Laura Kraut, and 2 seconds ahead, therefore, of Be at Manley as well. But again, it's very easy afterwards.
For sure.
Yeah. So 36.01 for Sergio, 38.16.
Yeah.
For Be at Manley. Just reminding those to Luis Fernando Lorazabal now.
I think he knew he was coming behind him.
Yeah.
So Luis Fer is very fast, especially on this horse that has a lot of experience.
Yeah, she's been in the winner's circle numerous times this season already.
Yeah.
One on the grass, one in the arena.
I mean, if it were me, I would definitely.
Oh, you'd go really slow. And
but okay, Mario's on a young horse, so Mario's usually like not gonna leave, take anything out of the tank on that. And I would think Luis Fer doesn't need to go flat out. He can kind of let this horse's natural rhythm. Ooh, and he got a really lucky rub there. Hopefully it holds him over through the rest of the round.
Tremble on the back of the Lugano.
Oh, that's a little quick.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Be at Manley will stay in front.
Yeah, I think it just got a little too fast going into that double vertical.
Ooh. No.
And just came off the ground, not quite right there to the last.
38.93, so total of 8 there for Luis Fernando Larrazabal, and Baroness leaves Beat Madley in front, 2 left to go. The big speed combination we thought it might have an impact, unfortunately doesn't.
Yeah, the wheels maybe just fell off a little bit there after the double verticals, and I actually thought he regrouped a bit to the last end. I think the mare just kind of made a little bit of an error there. Unfortunate, but they live to fight another day.
They'll be back for many more wins yet. So Beat Madley keeps the lead on the sole double clear at the moment. So those are becoming more crucial. We've seen already potentially to get ahead, but Costa-Sergio Alvarez Moya offense. Sarah Siegel now, like I say, part of the US team out in Abu Dhabi back into February. Real de Foncum, which is by Tinker's Boy. So I remember with Nick Skelton and Marcus Fuchs.
So she did the 7 there and had it down. That's also, you know, sometimes you want to be a little bit more careful, and then you have it down anyway, and you're like, why did I do that? I should have just went with it. For it, you know? I mean, honestly, this jump off, you literally have one person clear. Yeah. So really, what have you got to lose if you're the fastest?
And you're only 6 in the jump off as well. It's not like you're coming in with 15, are you? So exactly.
And she was quite fast.
Yeah, 37.67 time was faster, as you can see by the green, but unfortunately 2 down on the way, 8 faults for Sarah Siegel, Boreal de Foncum. Now this, to me, plays a little bit into, quite a lot into Mario Delorier's hands.
100%. Yeah, I think Mario's horse jumped an amazing first round, looked really on fire, even though it's 10. I don't think he has to be crazy to take it.
He doesn't have to really go flat out, but he can just keep a good pace.
Yeah, and the horse is naturally a lot of blood. Yeah. So it just depends on if he's feeling like they're ready for it, because he is a really good horseman. He doesn't push the horse unless he feels like it's ready to do that, and I respect that. So we'll see kind of what he wants to do.
Mario Delorier last to go. Lucia LC's Génial de Bénéville for the Canadian. Switzerland lead at the moment. Either way, it's going to be a red and white flag at the top.
Yes.
As you say, I think there's a little bit of breathing room in here without him having to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely flat to the boards with if he's smart, and he is smart.
Okay, so he opted for the ad, but that doesn't mean that he can't make it up. This is very tight and very good, and he got a good touch. And I thought that was brilliantly done. But I think he's being a little conservative.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't fault him for. It's a young horse, and maybe they don't have a lot of experience doing jump-offs.
He's not going to be far away here. He's got some breathing space here. He could. It's going to be very tight, but he could. No, 38.71. There was just a fraction of a chance, but it's not much of a difference in the end. No. Mario Delorier, 38.71. 38.16 will seal it for Beat Madley and Coachella. Mario Delorier, as you say, smart round.
Yeah, I thought it was very well done. And what that horse was ready for, I think, pretty quick. They're going to be quite hard to beat in a jump off, because he can open that up another like 20%.
Yeah, and they had a real chance there, although we were looking at it going, I think it's going to go Beat's way. Actually, in the end, not much of a difference, still in the same second bracket.
I really think that if he had just opened it up, maybe taken in one stride tighter to the second to last, and then just opened him up for like 4 strides, he would have had him, actually. Yeah. That was really nice. It was really well done.
Really well done. Double clear puts him into second place. Mario Delorier and Génial de Bénéville. It is Beat Madley the Swiss Olympic star that will be our winner tonight with Coachella. Sergio Alvarez Moya. In fact, all top four are all Olympians, multi-Olympians. It is Mario Delorier there in second, Sergio Alvarez Moya and Cuadrado. Laura Kraut finishing in fourth place with Una Mariposa from her, and then Sergio actually had the fastest time, 36.01. Sarah Siegel there finishing on the 8th place with Borea de Foncum, and then Luis Fernando Lazabal, Baroness, 38.93 on the 8 faults to finish in 6th place. That's the lineup. Getting ready for the presentations here of this Horseware Ireland Grand Prix here tonight. Huge thank you to Ashley Bond, who's joined me tonight. I've kept her up late.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Delighted.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely delighted. Looking forward to seeing you over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And you've got some exciting horses coming through, and Donnie hopefully back in the next few weeks as well. We'll
no,
see.
Donnie in like a little bit longer, but hopefully by, summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank
Enjoy.
you so much.
Go and get some rest now for
Yes.
tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Back in action there. Good to see you. We're going to take a look at the head-to-head between these two, with Mario Delorier against that of Be It Madly, as you mentioned, with Mario adding a stride early on, put him a little bit further back coming in here. Chance to maybe he did make up a little bit later on, but you can see Beat is always a fraction ahead at this point. It turned into the same second bracket, less than a stride between them in the end. Good turn back here by Mario Delorier, putting him a little close to that to Beat Madly. Then they could both just squeeze down to the last. Mario just getting them straight in the air, but it was going to be Beat Madly that got across the line in the end first. So, success for the Swiss star. Mario Delorier second, and Sergio Alvarez Moya in third. Presentation of the Leading Lady Award as well. Martha Jolicoeur joined by Dr. Stephen Norton there to present to Sarah Siegel, who's our Leading Lady this week as well. Very well done to her. So that's based on the points from the qualifier and from the Grand Prix itself. And so coming for the presentation of our top three.
Marketing coordinator in North America, Horseware, Ireland. So our top three on the return now for our victory ceremony, and we are going to honor our third place now.
And so we're delighted to welcome out Sophie Kramer, Marketing Coordinator North America for Horseware Ireland, to present our thanks to Horseware Ireland as well. Since 1985, they've been leading the equestrian world with innovative products, high-quality horse blankets, therapy gear, to leather goods, clothing and accessories. You can find out more on their website at horseware.com. And in third there, Sergio Alvarez Moya with Cuadrado, heading over for the horses getting their mainstream munchies as well. And Mario Delorier finishing in second, with Lucia and Genial de Benneville for Canada. Whee!
And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our $215,000 Horseware Ireland Grand Prix at the 4-star level.
And the winner tonight, lovely to see up at the top of the list as well, is Be It Manly. And the Grant Road partners, Coachella.
Big win here tonight for a veteran performer for Switzerland.
Superb riding performance from him once again. And to the, looks like members of the Dinan's Cummington team coming to join as well, who own the horse.
The winner's share of that $215,000 purse.
And final photos with the success here in the Horseware Ireland Grand Prix. Reminder of what we got coming up tomorrow. Actually, I'll be back with you for the Brain Juice U25 final. And then next week we've got the AMS final on Saturday night, Equitation on Friday too. And then the following week, of course, we're into the final week of the circuit with the Rolex week as well.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time as we are about to honor our winning rider of the
Few wheat carrots, courtesy of Mainstream. Well, thank you to them once again as we go into the national anthem of Be It Manly for Switzerland. Smiling Be It Manly with a good group of experienced riders and exciting horses there as well as they get set for the victory gallop. Congratulations to them. Concluding our ABBA night here. And so picking up the prize money tonight. Congratulations to Be It Manly. Gimme, gimme success tonight, and that has certainly been delivered by the stylish Swiss rider, and leaves us ready to sign off for this Saturday night here as part of week 10. So congratulations to the winner of tonight's Horseware Ireland Grand Prix, and it is one of the finest that will take it home. Congratulations, Be It Manly and Coachella for the Grant Road Partners team of New York. From all of us here at Wellington International, from the production team and all of those behind the scenes, we'll see you very, very soon. Have a good night. Take care. Bye.
Congratulations again to our top 3 riders. We got Natalie Dean, Canada's Mario Delorier, Spain Sergio Alvarez Moya for our 3rd place finish. Our congratulations, Double H Farm Grooms Award, and salute to Amanda Manley, part of our team Manley here tonight as we close down for another Saturday night lights here in Wellington. Thank you all for joining us here on our evening Saturday Night Lights. Lots coming up tomorrow, and of course 2 weeks ahead of us for the Winter Equestrian Festival. Thanks for joining us, and hope you had a great time. Hope you enjoyed. Have a night here at Wellington. Have a great night.